You're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on tequilaaficionado.com. I'm Alex Perez.
I'm Mike Morales. We are part of Tequila Aficionado Media, which is now. That's right. See that?
Disney Muscle Man.
That's right. Well, it's because we are now affiliated with Disney's Maker Studios, so I had to wear my Disney shirt.
You're probably watching us on YouTube, so please don't forget to sign up down there below.
Subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, Alex, this is a piece that you and I have talked about it over and over and over again. We're finally going to give it its own time. We're talking about
more glasses.
Glasses.
And gourds.
Glasses and gourds.
And more glasses.
Glasses and gourds. And look, even a little bit of clay. We're going to be
So the question is, which one to use? Right?
Yeah.
That's the all-time mystery.
Well, it's very similar to, if you're a carpenter, you got tools. If you're a dentist, you have tools. If you're if you're in the wine business, you have certain preferred glassware.
If you're a wine connoisseur, you've got good glassware.
Well, this is the official glassware of tequila. This is Riedl. Riedl is the name of the family. They are about 250 years old. They've been making glassware probably as long as the Cuervos have been making tequila. Okay, maybe even longer. They're out of Austria. And originally, Alex, the information that we have from our own website, when the press release was handled for the
when they first the official glass.
The official glass. I'm looking at this. It says from Tequila Aficionado Vault. It's November 27th, 2001.
Yeah, we helped break that story in the tequila world.
We did. In fact, on December 22nd, Riedl will be presenting. As a matter of fact, you're right, Alex. We broke the story because the official release wasn't until December 22nd, 2001, of the official tequila glassware from the Riedl family. This was a sponsored situation with Casa Noble Tequila. And the original mold, I was telling Alex off camera, the original mold for this glass exists in the Casa Noble Museum in La Cofradia, their distillery, La Cofradia in Tequila. Have you seen it? If you ever go, have them show it to you. It's under glass, under plexiglass. It's protected. It's the original mold for the first run of glass.
Yeah. Now Riedl, I would venture on to say that they've been experts. I think it's in 1750s they've been doing glassware.
It's over 200 years old, but the family, and they're still family run. This isn't something, they're out of Austria, so it's not like they've been sold off to anybody. They're still Riedl families that are family members.
We've reached out to them to see if they could. If we can partner with them, obviously, on some glassware. But it's interesting. There's so much diversity when it comes to glass. Even within the Riedl, glass collection, they've got a glass for wine more than anything, right?
But for everything. I mean, for every spirit,
they have of wine and spirit.
They have for alcohol as well. For spirits, they have like cognac snifters, and they have. Here, Alex, why don't you show me some of your favorite tools when, all of us all of us either in the wine business or in the spirits business, we have our own little arsenal. That's what I call it, our arsenal of glassware. So you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Well, I didn't break out my wine glasses, but
okay.
I like to use the Riedl wine glasses. I love the big coupe.
Yeah.
Glass, right? Especially for the reds. But for example, here's one of my champagne glasses.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll compare that to the Riedl.
Okay, this is a Patron branded glassware, champagne.
Oh, there you go. It's very similar, yeah.
Well, I think your type of champagne glass I've used before in judging, and the longer the nose, the longer the stem, the chimney, the better off I think you are in when it comes to that. And so you'll see this kind of stuff. And if you happen to be invited to a Patron party, you can grab one of those and use it later. Uh,
You got your snifter glasses that you can use for añejo, extra añejo, or a brandy or a cognac.
well, 1800 supplied these to us with their 1800 extra añejo.
Right.
So that was
Glen-
very, very nice of them. Really, really kind of cool of them to do that. Um,
Here's another type.
See, this is what would you use that for, Alex? For cordials or for
I've actually used it for rum.
is it
I'll use it for tequila. I used it for rum.
uh-huh.
I've used it for scotch. Okay, it's short.
I have what people have considered either a cordial glass or a grappa glass.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
kind of like that because it's chimneyed, and you wouldn't think that something this small would actually help in when we say nosing, it's just when you're inhaling aroma, and it really does help to have a what we considered what we call a chimneyed um, top,
Here's another type.
and that's the stemless,
A stemless,
right?
kind of like a mini stemless. Riedl makes something similar to this, a little bit bigger.
You know, frequently in Mexico, when you go to a restaurant and you ask them for, yep, when you ask them for tequila, they'll either give it to you in a shot glass like that, or you know, we get these mini snifters.
Yeah.
This is again branded by Diva Tequila. Um, yeah, that. This particular glass deserves a show of its own. This is the neat glass, and it's very controversial right now. It is, however, being used as the official glassware for the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. I understand there are other competitions that are also being used. I,
Yeah,
it,
but I don't know how effective this is. It's got such a big mouth.
I think what we need to do, Alex, is really get together with the inventor, and George Mangska is an inventor of the this glass, and he can show us how to properly use it. But you know,
I,
frankly, I'll tell you what, Alex. For me, I know you and I have tried nosing with tequila, but I got to tell you, I prefer this glass myself with mezcal.
okay.
Just
Well, that makes
because,
sense because of the gourd is usually white also,
yeah. And
which
if you
is
try
typical.
this with mezcal, tell us. By the way, tell us down below what your favorite types of glassware are also, because if you have a type of glass that we're not familiar with, um, you know,
We'd like to
let us
try it.
know. Yeah, let us. We'll try it. You know.
Here's a cool little mini Chinaco glass.
Oh, check it out! Wow, that's one of my favorites. What is that? A 6 ounce? Is that a 6 or a 7 ounce?
It's a little one. It's probably a 6.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's a 6 ounce because it's sort of my
It's tiny.
again one of my favorite. By the way, if you have a problem looking, oh, check it out.
It's a cool little
That's that's the
no,
glass caballito.
this is an acabita, yeah.
Yeah, the original the shot glass. For those of you who aren't familiar with the history of the shot glass was originally a bull horn, a sawed-off bull horn that uh, the master tequilero or an owner would put over his neck on a cord,
Right.
and they would taste the tequila or drink their tequila that way. Some of you may have seen it is a kind of a trophy or a medal that is given from one of the academias de tequila, one of the tasting academies, actually gives um, uh, as a certificate, and part of gaining a certification from that academy, they will give you one of those, and you wear it. I mean, it's a nice little trophy you get to wear to prove that you're a catador, you're an official taster, a certified taster,
Well,
at
kind of
least.
like a taste of vin for that the sommeliers use.
Right, exactly, exactly. So it's within the same realm. Um, and of course frequently you'll see you know branded glassware like this, right? A rocks glass, which is probably the worst thing you can use to smell and taste tequila. If you ever see anybody videotaping themselves tasting tequila in a glass like this and telling you what they think, they're totally wrong. Wrong. All right? Just thought I'd put that out there. Or if they got a shot glass And see, the problem with the shot glass, Alex, and I think you'll agree with me that the reason that wine glasses are so large is for the mouth surface, correct? The larger the mouth surface, the more it covers your palate, the more you use your palate to
Right.
be able to define what it is you're tasting.
Right.
With a shot glass, on the tip of your tongue, correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, but on the tip of your tongue is where you sense sweetness, correct? And then saltiness and sour like on the sides of your tongue. Is
Right.
that how it works?
Or bitterness on the
Or
sides.
or bitterness, yeah, or even on the back end of your palate, a little bitterness. With a shot glass, the only thing you taste right at the beginning is the sweetness, and before you know it, it's all gone.
It's gone.
It's
So you got
gone.
sweet, you got bitter in the back, and that's it.
Yeah, and prior to that, if you've done the salt and the lime afterwards, you got nothing. All
Yeah.
right, and we don't do that stuff anymore, right, Alex? I mean, jeez.
That's passe. No, so
Yes.
you that and that's really when you choose the right glassware, that's where you really get to enjoy the spirit, and that's what it's all about. Especially you're spending you're investing in a bottle, for a few bucks. So you want to be able to really enjoy. So you definitely want to sip it and enjoy it, and you got to pick the right glassware to do it. Because if you're just gonna shoot it, then might as well buy yourself a real cheap, you know,
Well,
spirit.
yeah, these, like I say, this type of glass is great for a cocktail. All
Right.
right. I mean, that's exactly what this is made for. It isn't made for tasting anything, because it's flat. It's not chimneyed. It's not. You're not going to get the full effect of the tequila. One of my more fun things is Embajador came up with this is a hard plastic. You remember this,
That's
Alex?
cool.
These are hard plastic, and they're chimneyed, and they're rather long, elongated, and they're great for sampling. They're maybe a little bit more expensive
Yeah.
but they're great for sampling because they're the closest thing to glass. It's not the spongy little portion cups that
Right.
we're used to
And you know what
seeing.
they're good for too? By the pool.
Right, right, exactly. And they're great for like these mini cocktails. They're
Yeah.
really kind of cool. Um, the Riedl glass, Alex, originally, my understanding was developed for reposados only. I'm not exactly sure why that is. Um, I don't know what the thinking was behind that. As the idea of terroir, 10 years later, the idea of terroir has really caught on, and a lot of distillers have proposed different glassware for the different regions.
Right.
That still is not the case.
It'd be interesting to revisit that.
Well,
It,
I think with different types of the glassware that we're looking at, the different size of snifters. I mean, a lot of if you see pictures of maestro tequileros, master tequila tasters, blenders, they'll use a snifter. They won't even use a Riedl. It's very rare that you'll see anyone using a Riedl, and more often than not, you'll see them holding it by the foot. Again, initially, with whatever you're tasting, whether it's a blanco, or reposado, or an añejo, you don't want to warm it up. At least not yet. You
yeah.
know, once you get used to it and you can hold it like a brandy snifter, you can a little body temperature. But or even wine, wine for that matter. A lot of people hold their wine, big red wine glasses, by the bowl.
Yeah. And that's not. You don't want to warm up your wine, obviously. So you got to hold it by the stem. That's why I'm not a real big fan of this glassware when it comes to wine. The bowl glass.
Yeah,
Even though you probably will hold it like this, but you're still warming up the glass. So
I
anyway,
think I
that's my
think
opinion.
wasn't the idea with stemless though, because people were just breaking. Frequently when you wash your dishes, when you wash your glassware, if you're familiar with, if you do a lot of it, you're going to break them, and you break them usually by off the stem. It just
Yeah.
it just breaks off, or the foot. Um,
Yeah.
I I'm a klutz, so when I break them, it's usually up in here somewhere they'll crack. But uh,
And
I think that the best way for us to work this is to be able to show the different glassware. And I'll preface this by saying, in our next little segment, we were very, very fortunate, very lucky to be gifted some glassware by the Glencairn Glassware Company. Glencairn's out of the UK, out of Scotland, if I'm not mistaken.
Scotland.
Scotland, and you can find them. Let me get you their website, because we're gonna in our next segment we're gonna be talking about the proper use of Glencairn glassware. You've seen us use Riedl glassware almost exclusively on Sipping Off the Cuff. Now we're going to be taking a look at what the differences are between Riedl and between Glencairn. And a lot of, like I say, terroir has been a big deal in the last 10 years. And a lot of guys, especially guys who are, I call them oak heads. These are people that enjoy añejos. They've been raving about the Glencairn, and particularly with their añejos. Although I hear that they're really great with blancos.
Mm.
So I think in our next segment, Alex, we're just going to play around with some of these and identify them so that people get an idea of what their use is, and then later on, probably within a month, we'll be able to talk with a representative, a United States representative of Glencairn here in the U.S. We'll do a nice three-way interview with him, and he'll be able to walk us through the actual use, how to actually use this glassware properly, and go from there. So we're going to give
Excellent.
our viewers out there, a choice, and you guys decide. I think it'll be great for us because it'll give us some options as well, you and me, and seeing which ones we enjoy, and which ones may not fit our purposes.
Of course.
So, for that, I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio.
I'm Alex Perez. You're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com, part of Tequila Aficionado Media. And as always, thanks for watching, and sip wisely.